Speaking of drugs, Mr. Oshana, you've been very open in your campaign about your past indiscretions and your drug use.
Yes.
There's been a lot.
How are you
relax.
going to balance your recovery efforts along with running the country when you become president?
There's actually no recovery because I've never stopped. I never said that I stopped doing drugs. I feel like, thank you. I appreciate that.
I'm on peyote right now. Aren't we all on peyote?
Yeah.
We're all on peyote.
You can fact check me on this. I think 80% or I think 85% of Americans dabble in drugs. They experiment with drugs, and I feel like if I'm going to be a president of the people, I have to act like the people. And I still,
Drugs for all.
I'm microdosing
That's how we
on.
can handle Donald Trump. We have to take drugs.
She actually does have a point. I'm actually microdosing as we speak right now, so I'm a little out there, but like I said, I'm all for the people. At least I'm being upfront and honest. You're not going to see me lie or find.
Hormones? Are you going to give us all hormones too?
No.
For free, please. Hormones for the children.
I'll look into that. I don't know how you could give somebody hormones, but I'll definitely look into that if elected.
Thank you for your answer, Mr. Oshana. Mr. President, in regards to drugs, you've said you've never done any ever.
He's on Diet Coke.
As you know,
You guys don't know he's on Diet Coke.
Excuse me.
18 lines a day.
Somebody
of
get
Diet
around
Coke.
here. I mean, this is such
18 lines.
a three against one.
Fentanyl is coming in over the border. We have an opioid epidemic. How do you feel about a possible president coming into the White House, being the first person to openly bring drugs into the Oval Office?
Sure. Well, it's a horror. There are drugs pouring through our border and straight into the White House. And Vincent said throughout his life, he's done drugs. And you look at that face, it's somebody who's done a lot of drugs. You can just tell by looking at people. You see his face. They say, that's a guy who's done a lot of drugs.
Trump is drunk
But
on misogyny.
I never touched a drug in my life.
Misogyny.
Never touched a drug. She's talking about sweetheart, we're on drugs. Misogyny's coming up next. Unbelievable. This is a seriously low IQ person.
Actually,
Such a dog.
I want to hear this. I wouldn't call her a dog, but can you? You were talking about me and drugs.
I gotta tell you, never touched a drug. You know, I caught Barron with vape.
Diet Coke.
I caught Barron with vape.
18 Diet Coke
and
today.
I said, Barron, it's not good. So I took him on a drive to the inner cities. We look at the inner cities, a lot of the people, African, American, and they all love me. They say, you gave us so many
No
drugs.
one loves you.
And I said, Barron, look out that window, and you see people on all
Black
sorts of
people
heroin.
hate Trump.
PCP, they're all over the place. They're leading around. They're crapping in the streets. And
What
I said,
is he even
Barron,
talking about?
it all started with vape.
He's just rambling
And he never
rambling.
touched
That's
a
all
vape
Trump
again.
does
Look
is
at this woman.
ramble.
Unbelievable.
He's just rambling. He's just doing his narcissistic ramble.
This is what I have to deal
Can you
with.
please? I want to hear this. I like to hear this. So you were talking about drugs and me and.
And also, look at this. By the way, you talk about Hunter. You saw Hunter on the balcony, that beautiful balcony, and you see him sweating. I've never seen so much sweat. People say it was like R. Kelly at a Girl Scout meeting. You see Hunter, he's out there. I'll do act out. We call it act out. He was doing a lot of things with his jaw. It was not good.
There's no proof that was on drugs.
Well,
in
actually,
that video.
Kelly, I have exclusive footage from some very strongly, very bigly people in the Secret Service. They got me a tape from CCTV from the Oval Office, from the West Wing. You can call it the West Wing, you can call it whatever you want, but it's of Hunter.
Wait, you're gonna show? That's not.
We have a clip.
Is this
Hold on.
approved?
Absolutely. Whether it's approved or not, we're going to show it.
He makes
Okay.
his own
That's how we
rules.
get
Donald
results.
Trump
That's how you get
So
results.
what are you saying? What are you saying that we're about to watch? I don't know what we're about to watch.
Vincent, we have a clip that I've obtained exclusively to premiere on your show.
Turn this
From
off. Turn him off.
CCTV, and that lunatic doesn't want you to see it. It's of Hunter. He's
It's
with
all
Hooker.
lies,
He's with
America.
Gun.
Okay.
He's with prostitute.
Mr. President, our
lies,
producer says
America.
we have the video. We will play
and you guys
it
are gonna
now.
let him show the
Thank
video.
you.
We will play it now.
Okay.
Vindicated. I'm vindicated by Kelly.
All right,
Show
I'd
the
like
clip.
to. I want to see this. What is that?
There we go. That's the White House. I know it very well.
Okay. Oh.
There he is, Hunter. You see the gun. You see laptop. He loves laptops, this guy. Laptops all over the place. A lot of, see, the
What is
cocaine.
that?
It's like a Scarface film, but it's not. It happens to be true, and it's in the Oval. Excuse me, the West Wing. It's in the West Wing. Look at that.
Oh my God. That's really Hunter Biden.
That's Hunter. And look, he's running away. He's hiding behind the flag. I hug the flag. He hides behind it.
And that's supposedly that Secret Service.
There he is.
And this is a fact that's Hunter Biden.
Great guy. That's the guy who got me the tape.
Oh my God.
He's a patriot. He loves his country. He loves his country.
And then, oh,
There's the
hooker.
hooker crawling out from under. She spends a lot of time on her knees. That I can tell you. That's how she was able to crawl so
Oh my
fast
God.
without rug burn.
Oh, you got the laptop.
He got the lap, but he left the blow.
Wow.
Gentlemen,
Can I say one thing? No, I know we
how
allowed
does
that,
this
but
make you feel?
That was
I mean,
Russian
first of all,
disinformation.
Such a disgrace. Such a disgrace.
Russian-
That tape was such a horror.
That
And
was from
Kelly, and I
Russia.
know it, and you know it, whether you'll admit it or not. You know it deep down, Kelly. You know it's bad.
from
Even Vincent,
Russia.
and Vincent, we all admit, he's been in and out of rehab. Even he admits it.
That was
that was.
AI
I'm
from
not gonna lie.
Russia.
That does look really, really bad. I don't know if we could verify that
President-
actually was. I mean, it
No,
looked like Hunter
it was
Biden, but that's
AI
pretty.
from Russia.
What
Oh man.
President Biden is a father first of all, and a
Greatest
president
president.
second. So, as president, what would you do to address our opioid
I
crisis?
think he's a corpse first, then father, then president, in that order. That
Oh
I
my
can tell you.
goodness.
I think when it comes when it comes to drugs, I think experimenting and letting the youth experiment and try, but with supervision from their parents. I know, Donald, you said nobody even told your kids there's a video where you say no drugs, no tattoos, no drinking,
No
but
drinking, no smoking.
but you don't agree with
That
them.
was the extent of my parenting.
Yeah, but they don't.
Melania did everything else. Ivana, everybody. But I said no drinking, no smoking.
So you don't endorse no marijuana in college or nothing for them to
Nothing at
experiment.
all. It gets in the way of doing beautiful deals,
And-
big beautiful deals.
That is time for this topic.